So, this one's gonna be a little bit of a different kind, I guess. Is this even English? I don't fucking know. The thing is, we're going through an article, and we are actually on a website I think, actually never been. And if I have been on this website, then just really, really, really back in the really early days of the podcast. Therefore, I'm just pretty fucking pumped to go through this one. It is a fairly short one, but yeah, more after the intro. The mighty and epic intro that I done myself, actually. As everything that is here on the channel, everything is done by me, myself, and I. Actually, a pretty nice song. I really like Cheesy. He's actually having a lot of great music, a lot of I think, not really different, but it is great music. I really like it. But yeah, with that being said, hello, welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics fucking podcast. One thing I didn't remember is my is it anti? I think it's anti-echo blanket. The AAT. Oh, AAP actually. The AAP. And now we have it there, my anti-echo blanket. Which is amazing, which really works wonders. Which is great. But yeah, as I said, it isn't there. Which is not that good. This is, and you've just seen my camera, they always just make the... I think I gotta show you this. I really gotta show you this. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. I'm very sorry, but I gotta show you this. Booth. Here are the photos that I'm actually always having when I'm just doing the thumbnails for the videos. Yeah, you can clearly see pretty clickbaity, but this seems to be what is working actually. I don't know. But yeah, so this is actually the article that we're going to go through today. And the article is called, he started as a doorman at a Marriott, and I do not know what a Marriott is actually. What is a Marriott? Let's actually see. Marriott International is an American multinational diversified hospitality company that manages and franchises a broad portfolio of hotels and related lodging facilities. Now I know what Marriott is. So he started as a doorman at a Marriott, and now he runs a $3 billion hotel empire, which is amazing. And this is, as I said, a fairly short article. As you can see, it is still a little bit to read, but it is fairly short. The good thing is, we are on the Inc.com website. I assume that the Inc.com website is actually a pretty good one. I at least hope. This is actually the reason why I've chosen this one. I've also been here on the Success.com website, but I'm not quite sure if it is a good website. I do just doubt it a little bit. I don't actually know why, because there is no reason for that. But somehow I feel like, it is just a website with articles some people wrote, and which is definitely something different. And on the other hand, they also have a magazine, like a really printed version of the magazine. So I don't know. Let's actually, the Success team. Lauren Lawley is the head. Josh Ellis, Jessica Lorini, e-commerce, art and production, Success partners. Well, I don't know. I don't know who the articles writes or by whom the article is actually written. Therefore, I doubt a little bit, or I do just have a little bit of a concern in terms of the quality of the articles, which is definitely the other spectrum of the whole spectrum, or the other side of the spectrum, compared to, for example, the ideas.ted.com website, where I basically clearly know that they just know shit. Most of the time, at least I believe it, and also other various websites where they also just somehow show you the author, like with the picture and the name and whatever it is. Why am I having just some issues with the encoding right now? Maybe I have to close a little bit of shit. Yeah, let's close it. Goodbye, Photoshop. Good night. But yeah, let's actually read the article now. So why Alan Firstman, founder of the luxury resort chain Montage International, was right to skip going to law school. Well, let's actually see. I'm now having some encoding overloaded and encoding issues. There might be some lagging here and there. I do not know why, actually. It is a little bit fucked up. It really is, because I honestly do not know why this happens. I hope that you can clearly hear me, or that you can hear me clearly anyway. I'm gonna read. And I hope this is gonna be a good article. And I hope the light is good as well, because there, I do just have another light. I don't know. I seem to be a little bit flat, to be honest. A little bit flat. But yeah, so when Alan Firstman, 62, picked up a part-time job as a doorman at the Marriott in his hometown, he saw it as a way to make a few bucks before going on to college. Instead, it opened up an entirely new path, invigorating the sometimes staid and stuffy world of luxury resorts. Today, the management company he founded in 2002, Montage Internationals, has a portfolio of hotels, resorts, and private residences worth almost $3 billion. Last year, company revenues exceeded $400 million, as told to Sheila Merica. It's amazing, it is really like from rags to riches. But I think there's actually another expression that British people actually are using for the rags and riches kind of thing that is, I think, at least as far as I know, primarily used by American English people or American English speaking people. But I don't know. I don't know the alternative of it. Therefore, let's move fucking on. And I shouldn't shout around. I really should not. So my first job. My first job was a part-time doorman at a Marriott in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I was a high school senior. I was hired to work Saturday and Sunday night fights, or knife fights, knifes. What is knifes? Is it even a word? No, it's not a word. A few spelling mistakes there, or one spelling mistake there. A couple of weeks in, the weeknight guy resigned, and I was asked if I could pick up additional hours. I was playing competitive tennis then, but between that and school, I was still able to work 4 to 5 nights a week, plus weekends. I would call a cab for guests and load luggage into cars, clean snow off windshields in the winter. When I graduated, I was promoted to bellman. Whatever a bellman is. Do you know what a bellman is? A town crier. Historical. What the fuck is a town crier? If you know what a town crier is, put it down into the fucking comments, because I don't know. And I assume that's, I'm not the only one. I hope, at least. I really hope. Well, doesn't matter that much. I took it really seriously, and I met a lot of fascinating people. Like a man by the name of Bob Small. He and his wife checked in on Saturday night, and he started peppering me with questions. What is it like in this area? What is it like to work in this hotel? A few weeks later, a coworker says, "Look alive! Here comes the new general manager." It was Bob. He ended up becoming the CEO of Fairmont Hotels and a mentor to me, which is amazing. By the way, because I'm just seeing and reading the word mentor there, it is, I think, a fairly kinda discussed and hot debated kind of topic. I kinda believe, nah. But the thing is, recently I've been actually listening to Tim Ferriss' podcast, which is, by the way, amazing. It really is amazing. You should totally consume it as well. Even though I do hate the word consuming, and people like Gary Vee, for example, do not consume anything, which is, at my point of view, pretty great and also pretty kinda disciplined, I have to say, just because I like to consume certain things, especially some videos on YouTube. This is something that I do to just get my escapism in. In the end, it is really just escapism, and it is really I think it is really like escapism. There's no better word, or there's no other word that is actually making it sound a little bit, nicer, to be honest, because escapism just really seems to be or really sounds to just, it really sounds like, okay, you have to escape from your normal life, which is actually also the case for some people out there, and I think actually for quite a lot of people out there. I kind of often think about it, I guess, when I'm just, seeing people that are sitting in a bus or sitting in a train. Most of the time I am in a train, or I'm quite often in a train, especially just I think this week I've been quite often in the train, but yeah, the thing is today as well. I've seen some people actually with their phone watching some series, watching some movie, whatever, which is like, it is not bad. If you just want to watch this fucking movie, then watch this fucking movie. Still, we gotta have to work as well. Like, those people who want to achieve something, they do just have to work. I today was actually talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about the YouTube thing and the thing that I'm doing, basically, like, let's say the social media thing. But the case with it is that I'm actually seeming to lose a lot of time. I seemingly lose a lot of time on dumb shit. I don't know. Like, for sure, I'm watching quite a bunch of YouTube, during the day, but I do also work a lot. Like, I do just have my 2 episodes, but this is not what I'm willing to talk about. I do not want to just be like, well, I'm walking, not walking, working. I'm working so much, it is actually not really the case. I could do more. The thing is, sometimes I really feel pretty much overwhelmed by what I'm doing from day to day or every single day. The thing is, like, yeah, I'm willing to do more. I just see I can do more and I should be doing more. On the other hand, it is really like I could do the work that I'm doing right now, especially because today is one of the days where I do just have to say, well, what am I doing the fucking whole day long? Like, I came home at 5, now it is 7:30, 7:30 p.m. So I've been in for just like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was basically sitting here working, doing just some stuff for the social media thing. And it feels great. It feels good. But the problem that I'm having there, or the problem that I'm just somehow seeming there, is I've already finished with everything that I just had to be doing for today. Which means like I'm even having 3 episodes because I've recorded one yesterday as well. But I'm having 2 episodes for today already. This is the second one. I do just have to upload it and then everything is good to go. Then, I've actually produced a little bit of... I produced a little bit more of the content and or of the posts for yesterday, which is amazing. So if you do have a little bit of excess time, or if you do just have some... Is it excess time? Or if you do just have some time to spend, I would totally suggest you to make tomorrow a little bit easier. Because sometimes when you're feeling bad or when you're feeling overwhelmed or whatsoever, when you're just feeling like, well, not working, then it is totally nice to have some things done yesterday for today. It is just amazing. It's just something that I appreciate, first of all, that I did it, and something that I can totally suggest you to do as well. The thing is, like, what am I doing the fucking whole day long if I've quite finished, even though I have not done as much as I am normally doing, just because, like, yeah, I am having a lot of excess stuff left from yesterday, which I'm using today and whatsoever, so therefore I'm just saving a lot of time. The thing there is, I could definitely do more. I at least believe, I could definitely do more. And I also want to do more. And I also sometimes actually feel bad. For example, yesterday as I was driving to my girlfriend, actually in a train, I was like, I gotta have to work. I gotta have to work in a train, because if I'm not working there, or if I'm not doing something smart there, not something that somehow is seemingly just getting me a little bit closer to my dream, or to what I'm willing to do, or whom I'm willing to be, or who I'm willing to be, then I gotta be pissed. Now it is really like, most of the people, and also me, I'm gonna include me as well, we can do more. We can do just more. It is what it is. We can do just more as he did. He, from the article, he just stepped up his game, and we all can step up our game as well by maybe sacrificing a bit of leisure, not watching 2 hours of YouTube, but 1 hour of YouTube. And in additional 1 hour that we're having, we can just do something. So yeah, like, it is complicated, being efficient and whatsoever, and just time management, it is complicated. Having the escapism is totally fine. It is totally okay. The most important part is actually just feeling good and being happy and whatsoever. But the thing is, I'm not really happy if I'm not just working as much as I can, just relatively close to feeling overwhelmed, I guess, It is actually the case. I don't know. I think I've started actually with something different than I've ended now, my little talk. And now the rainbow bread is spinning again. Now everything is game. Yeah. So it seems to be like he got the manager of this certain hotel. Why am I speaking like this? But yeah, I'm gonna go on with the reading part. So I went to Gettysburg College in Pennsylvania and majored in political science. I spent a semester in Washington, D.C., interning for a young, dynamic senator named Joey Biden. I actually started with talking about mentors. I think I'm gonna just finish up with this just because it might be interesting for some people. So yeah, the thing was, I was listening to one of Tim Ferriss' podcast episodes on mentoring actually. So it was actually like he was phoning some I don't want to say fans of him, but just some people that know him and they want to just hear his opinion on certain questions they are having or his answer for certain questions that they're having. So he got a question about mentoring and mentorship as a general topic or thing. And he was like, you should never ever ask someone to be your mentor. It is not how it works. It is just not what it is in this kind of space, in this kind of realm, in the space and realm of having a mentor. Because most often it is like your mentor is somebody that is just way ahead of you and somebody that is really high in demand, somebody that is just working quite a lot most of the time. It could also be the case that your mentor is just somebody who is actually, I don't know, just good in a different form. Okay, he's good in a certain space, but you're just way better than him in just something else. He's still a mentor, and still he might not be just really high in demand. But the thing is, like if somebody comes up to you and you're just having to do quite a lot of things, and he's asking you or she's asking you like, do you want to be my mentor? Maybe a cute girl or something. Probabilities are relatively high that you're saying no. Just because you have to do so much on yourself, you're just so high in demand or whatever it is, whatever it will be, it is not how it works, and he did it like he was working for free actually for the people, and he was showing them what he's able to do and whatsoever, and throughout the months and throughout the weeks and throughout the years, I think maybe even, it just formed to somehow a relationship. And then he suddenly had a mentor, and this is how mentorship works or seems to work. I don't know, I do not have a mentor, even though I've actually hit up one guy. I think I found him on LinkedIn, I guess, and he also was actually claiming himself a mentor, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit him up, ask him if he wants to be my mentor. I want to learn shit and whatsoever. I didn't get any reply, of course. It wasn't really like, yeah, come on and just get to my fucking office. I want to teach you everything that I know because I don't know you and nobody knows you. And I don't even know if you're worth my time. Yeah. Nah, in the end, it was really like, now I understand how mentorship is working. Just because I've talked about this certain episode of the Tim Ferriss podcast so briefly, I would totally suggest you to check it out as well, go through it as well, and just see if there's something in it for you as well. Yeah, word repetition is something that I can do, something that I'm good at. I thought I would go to law school, but the summer after I graduated, I took some time off, went out to California, and Bob said, come visit me in the desert. He was opening the Rancho Las Palmas Resort in Rancho Mirage, California. I had introduced Bob to my uncle, who is a lawyer, and Bob said, come on, do you really want to be a lawyer? He offered me a full-time job, and I took it. I got a first-hand look at everything that goes into the opening of a hotel, what it takes to get your staff motivated, how to keep food and beverage running smoothly on a holiday weekend when the restaurants are packed. I went into Marriott's management training program, was assigned to be the front desk manager of the Newport Beach Marriott, and then went on to manage the hotel's housekeeping department. I was 22. So it seems to be the case that he was fairly good at managing things and managing people, managing food apparently, and all those things. And yeah, later I was recruited to become the general manager of a resort and country club in Arizona. Sorry for my reading skills. After which I got involved in resort development. In 1994, we acquired the Venetian resort in Scottsdale for $240 million. I went there as the manager director, and by 1998, it was worth close to $500 million. It was running more smoothly, the level of service was higher, and the guests were happier. That was maybe the first time I thought, hey, maybe I could do my own thing. Maybe I can create a company of extraordinary value. There you can see, to just point it out there. He's saying, maybe I can create a company of extraordinary value. I don't know if he actually means like, okay, I want to have a company that is worth $7 trillion, or if he means that he's willing to create a lot of value for the people that are just willing to just be in a hotel of his company. The thing there is, you do not hear the word money, you don't hear the word fame. It is really about actually creating value, it seems to be the case, whether it is actually value for people or value in terms of his company being pretty high in value. I went to a beach resort in the south, I won't say which, and they required me to wear sports coats in the lobby in the evening. It struck me as odd, old-fashioned and way too formal. I didn't want to put on a sports coat. I thought the next generation of luxury consumers would be looking for a more gracious and humble approach to service. Fewer rules, but still incredibly focused on craftsmanship, quality and attention to detail. And that luxury could be best served by a smaller company. Some of the leading luxury operators had 50, 60 hotels in their portfolio and were getting a bit large. I raised the capital and launched my own company in 2002. A developer showed me a place in Laguna Beach on the southern California coast that seemed like the ideal location for our first hotel, but I didn't have a brand yet. The name I had come up with was Platinum Hotel Group, which was a placeholder. I went to my advertising agency. They gave me hundreds of names, but nothing felt just right. I went to a publicity company and said, whoever comes up with the right name gets 10K. But again, nothing hit me quite right. Laguna Beach started as an artist colony, so I thought I would look at artistic words. I'm sorry once again. So by this point we were going through the financial transaction. I was getting desperate. I went to an online art reference guide, started with the A's, B's, C's, and I got to the M's and saw montage, described as an artful collection of compilation. I said, wow, that's exactly what I'm looking to do. It sounded good off the tongue and it wasn't being used in the industry. I called up the lawyers and trademarked the name. I've always felt that great hotels are centerpieces of communities. So I wanted the community of Laguna Beach to embrace what we were doing. Before opening, we invited all the residents for a champagne toast. Community pride in your hotel then spreads further and ultimately gets to a point where you have a national and international reputation. Luxury in the old sense was scripted. Here's what you say and how you say it. For us, it hasn't changed in terms of trying to make sure that every guest has a truly special experience. But that starts with striping away formalities. When well-trained staff members can display their own personalities, they create deeper relationships with guests. It's those relationships that drive the repeat nature of our business, which is critical to the long-term success of a hotel. We now have 8 hotels and resorts with 9 more slated to open We have 8 hotels and resorts with 9 more slated to open by 2021. In 2017, we started Pantry, which specializes in what we call new luxury. Pantry holders have more hip food and beverage spaces. They're more design forward. They are just cooler. So that's probably because my son Michael is in charge of that brand. Correction, an early version of this article misspelled Bob Small's surname and misstated the number of Montage International hotels and resorts. There are 8 and 9 more are expected by 2021. Additionally, the photo caption mistakenly used the wrong name for the company. which is incredibly great that they actually point out, okay, we did a mistake. It is what we sometimes do as well. We are humans. It sounds to be great. To end this episode, I'm really sorry that my reading was a little bit bad. It was just a little bit bad till the end, and it was a little bit fast till the end as well, and which happens sometimes when I'm saying, okay, there is quite a lot of text to go. I just really want to be quite fast and be sure that I'm able to finish before the 30-minute mark, even though it is just a little bit stupid, and it would be a little bit better if I would just take my time and just do it a little bit more with ease, I guess, and just just enjoying it a little bit more and just being a little bit more present and just interacting with it a little bit more, because then I see okay, I'm only reading. For the podcast listeners, it is great. For all those people that are maybe just being here for the video, I don't know if it's the greatest thing there is. I really don't. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success. Thank you very much for listening and or watching. And I also hope that you're going to remind yourself on how you're going to be remembered. So basically, your legacy. Even though the thing is, we can't serve everyone. Not everyone's going to love us. Not everyone's going to like us. Even though we are just the nicest, fucking humblest, whatever person there is. Not everyone's going to like us. It is what it is. But with that being said, I see you the next time. Thank you very much again. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. You know what? I see you.